What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. So recently I did an episode of my recommended designer fragrance where you purchase just one fragrance from that designer line. And when I say designer, I'm talking about, houses that make other things besides fragrances like purses, jewelry, clothing. So for example, Chanel, you have Dior, Armani. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend you watch it before you watch this one, because the majority of all the best fragrances from those houses are in that video, and the link is somewhere over here or over here, maybe down here. Somewhere over here. I don't know how YouTube does it, but it's going to be here, all right? So please go ahead and watch it. So what I'm going to do, today's like part 2, an extension of that video, because obviously I didn't want to make that video so long and time consuming where you just have to sit through and watch the whole freaking video just to see what I recommend as the top fragrance in that designer line. So we have 5 houses, 5 designer houses in this video. And I know I'm not going to cover all the bases of the hundreds of other designers that are out in the market. That's why we're going to make this a continuous video series, and I'll slowly push out the videos. But without further ado, let's go and start with the first designer. First one is going to be Hugo Boss. Everyone knows that big German designer, Hugo Boss. Big brand, has Chris Hemsworth as their, male representative. They make clothing, they make jewelry, accessories. They also have a bunch of fragrances, a bunch of flankers, honestly. It can be actually time consuming and give you a migraine just to think of how many fragrances they have. But knowing me, I'm going to give you my recommendations as the best Hugo Boss fragrance, and that's Hugo Reverse. And if you guys been watching my channel for a while, you guys know that I actually love Hugo Reverse, and I think this is a versatile, very fresh, almost blue type scent fragrance that you can wear year round. A lot of people say it actually strongly resembles Roja Parfum's Elysium, which is a very high quality niche blue fragrance. But yeah, I recommend this because number one, it's cheap. It's a great fragrance. It's not going to be the most powerful fragrance out there. It's not going to give you the longest lasting longevity that's in the market. I would say a good 6-7 hours, but man, it smells dang good, man. Really nice. It has great notes to it too. Notes like grapefruit, rosemary, vetiver, that just gives it that clean, fresh, blue type fragrance scent that it's mass pleasing, mass appealing. I guarantee you blind buy this, you're going to love the way it smells. I mean, this is one of those no-brainers in my opinion. Around 30 bucks, you can't beat that. It smells so good. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other great fragrances from the house of Hugo Boss, which I have in my collection. But honestly, for the price, for the bang for the buck, and for the mass pleasing, mass appealing characteristics or personality, Hugo Boss Reverse is the one to get. A little something about me, I'm a big fan of watches. I love high quality Swiss made masterpieces, and Cartier is one of those designers that has come out with a couple iconic models throughout the decades, one being the Tank and the other being Pasha de Cartier. And Cartier has actually developed a men's fragrance to represent that watch. And what is that fragrance? It's Pasha de Cartier. And actually, this is the Parfum model, which I highly recommend over the EDT because it's dense, it's heavier, it's more bold, it just lasts much longer than the original Cartier, which I absolutely love the original Cartier. Don't get me wrong, it's a very timeless, very mature scent that's been out for decades. It's kind of like in the same realm of Polo Green. You smell it, you have nostalgia. Pasha de Cartier is just a better modern take of that timeless classic. You have great high quality notes like sandalwood, liquor, balsam fir, tonka beans, patchouli leaf, just to name a few. I mean, it's one of those scents that I consider one of my personal signature scents. It's almost minty-like, spicy, a little bit sweet dry down that makes you that's very masculine. It's a great scent that I feel like you can wear any time of year, especially goes really well in the fall and winter time. Once again, longevity, you're looking at 10 plus hours on your skin, projection anywhere 3 to 4 feet. I mean, it does a great job, and it can be had for a great price too at discounters. Yeah, Pasha de Cartier Parfum, this is one of those designers I highly recommend you put your nose on. I was the original owner of the original Bvlgari Man. It was one of my favorite scents back in the day, especially when I was in college. It smelled so good. But now, Bvlgari Man in Black is the one that dominates my collection. I absolutely love the smell. It's a great winter and fall fragrance scent, but you can also wear this any time of the year, to be honest. It's a very masculine scent, and it opens up with a hint of booze, a little tobacco, then it transitions really nice to a dry down to a clean, fresh, spicy, floral. It's very masculine, very, very beautiful. A lot of people are going to ask, what are you wearing? I get a lot of compliments and questions asking, man, you smell good. What is that? And I tell them it's Bvlgari Man in Black. It's one of those fragrances I highly recommend. And honestly, you can't really find them at discounted prices. At discounts are pretty much almost at retail. That's how good it is. If you're looking at these fragrances and you notice that the price is pretty much the same on discounters versus like Macy's or Nordstrom's, you know it's a hot selling, one of those fragrances that just doesn't go on discount much often. And this is one of those right here, Bvlgari Man in Black. I highly, highly recommend this. My favorite in the line of Bvlgari. Now, if you've been watching any of my videos, you should know that this next one should come at no surprise at all. And it's from the house of Givenchy. And it's Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privee. Woo, this is such a great, great flanker from the house. It smells so good. One of the fragrances I've been wearing a lot recently because of the cooler weather here. And it just goes well at that nighttime. You dress up really nice. It has that great woody dry down scent, a little bit booziness, and the opening has a lot of great notes too, like bergamot, iris, chestnut, whiskey, amber. That bergamot and iris has that clean, fresh opening, but has that booziness to it with a little bit of tobacco scent almost. It's a great masculine scent that's going to be a mass appealing, mass pleasing scent from the house. And if I was going to pick just one from the house of Givenchy, it's going to be this too. And performance with this is not bad at all too. I'm getting anywhere from 7 to 9 hours of performance, depending on how many sprays I put on. Sillage is pretty good. It's not that bad. But towards the end of the night, it's going to be more of a skin scent. And that's actually where you want it to be, because when you wear this at night and you're going on a romantic date, you want this to be a skin scent by the end of the night, just for that little close-upness, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, Gentleman Givenchy Reserve Privee. I absolutely love this. And the last recommendation from this designer video is from Moschino, and that's Toy Boy. If you guys know about Toy Boy, you know this is a very floral, almost unisex scent, but it takes a confident man, probably a younger type man, to pull this off. I mean, you have to be, I wouldn't say flamboyant, but you would have to have a very high confidence of self. It has a lot of great notes like pink pepper, pear, rose, magnolia, sandalwood. Once again, it's a floral scent. That's what you're going to smell majority of the time. It smells really good. Honestly, when I put this on, I smell that floral scent, but I also smell a lot of that pink pepper. So if you're kind of sensitive to pepper and the way it's really spicy mixed with that floral note, you're not going to really like this. Once again, it's one of those fragrances that I wouldn't say it's 100% total safe blind buy. I highly recommend you spray this on your skin before you're purchasing it, but it's got a lot of great acclaim to it. A lot of fragrance heads love Toy Boy because it's one of those scents that uses high quality notes, and they think it's in line with majority of those niche fragrances out there. That's how good it is, and price is not that bad too. You can find them at discounts, at discounters. You can find them at TJ Maxx and sometimes Ross in those gift sets if you get lucky. But yeah, this is a great scent. It's going to take a certain man to pull it off. And projection wise, you're going to leave a long line of sillage. It's meant to attract the opposite sex per se. A lot of women love that floral scent that this gives off. And longevity, I get anywhere from 8 to 9 hours. So it's pretty good for what you're offering here. And despite I don't really like the look of the bottle, it looks kind of cheap to me. But what all that matters is the juice inside, and the juice is pretty dang good. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about my list of recommended designers part 2? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Was there some other type of flankers I missed out, like in the line of Givenchy or Bvlgari or possibly in Cartier? And I know there's so many different in Hugo Boss. Maybe some of you guys disagree with me with that. Let me know in the comments below, please. And also, if this is your first time watching this video, hit that like button. Please subscribe. Majority of you guys, I would say around over 80% that watch the channel are not subscribed. So please help me out. Hit that subscribe button. Help me grow as much as possible. Thank you so much, guys. And we'll see you on the next one.